They're just in a coma. They haven't figured out.
Right. But no, the woke are not giving up on that.
They aren't even doing a good job at hiding it. Nancy's celebrating National Trans Day of Visibility. This is a made-up holiday, only celebrated by straight Democrats. Here's Gavin Newsom last year.
Today, on Trans Day of Visibility, we celebrate the trans individuals in our communities and recognize their struggle.
And this is what Democrats were up to today.
I want to wish everybody a powerful, impactful, safe, and happy Trans Day of Visibility.
Make sure that those over the White House can hear you. Aloha!
Trump signed an executive order to try to erase trans people. It was full of bull like him.
Trans kids across this country have to hear all of the bull coming from this White House.
Rain's not gonna stop us today.
None of these mother can take that promise away from trans Americans.
These people have gone crazy. What are they doing? Joe Biden invented a holiday 4 years ago, and under his watch, trans people are now the most visible group in the country. They've gotten everything that they've wanted, everyone's attention. Today is also National Cran Day, National Clams on the Half Shelf today, and National Farm Worker Day. But don't expect Democrats to hold rallies for farmers. It feels like nearly half the year is dedicated to the dozens of holidays and celebrations for these people. Democrats want to trick you into thinking that they got it together and rediscovered common sense. But once they get back in power, they'll reinstate everything Trump doged. DEI, trans in the military, sex toys for 10-year-olds, millions in sex changes for Guatemalans. It's all going back in. Or maybe it's too late. Maybe the Democrats won't get their power back for years.
They all have to pretend to give a shit about young dudes now because they're losing their demo. They were the enemy. Young white dudes were always the enemy, or heterosexual dudes, or whatever, and now they lost. They're losing their constituency, so now they have to pretend to give a shit. The dudes you don't like, every once in a while, it's gonna burn down, and you need someone to come in there and clean up the mess, and then rebuild it, or war's gonna break out, or bridge needs to be rebuilt, and guess who we need? Dudes.
Host of the Sage Steele Show. Sage Steele is here. How you doing, Sage?
I'm great, Jesse. Good to see you.
Good to see you too on this beautiful Trans Day of Visibility. How are you celebrating?
By ignoring the fact that it is the Trans Day of Visibility, because I can't keep track anymore. I was talking to my dad about this earlier today, and he is an Army veteran, West Point graduate, 23 years in the service, and I thought about my dad and my grandfather, a Buffalo soldier, and so many people in my life and yours, and we get get Veterans Day, right? I mean, just do the math on how many days trans LGBTQ plus IA get and receive compared to, like you said today, farm workers. I'll even take the half shell clam day, whatever. But when you try to shove things down people's throat, I think that's when you lose people, and that's exactly where we've gotten in this country today.
So Gavin Newsom seems to be trying to do this pivot to now he's cool and he's not woke and he wants to talk to conservatives. And then the other half of the party is basically screaming about trans people and lighting cars on fire. How do you see the party kind of reconciling these issues?
You know, I heard someone earlier talking about just the timing of this, and I don't know if it's too little too late. I don't know if this is permanent. What I do know is that I don't believe a single person on the left who is now coming out and suddenly saying, you know, we need to soften here, and yes, we messed up here, because don't tell me that it took until November 5th for you to realize that things were wrong. You sat there, you accepted it, you put it out there, you shamed those of us who didn't believe it or just wanted to question things. I mean, we were here all last year and the year before talking about Joe Biden and is he capable, not even in a mean way, in a constructive way, like this is risky for our country if this man doesn't have all of his faculties. And at the end of the day, we knew the whole time that they were lying. So that for them to all of a sudden now, Jesse, come and acknowledge some things and say the party needs to do this or that, you lost me, and you lost me a long time ago. And I am not right wing, whatever. I'm common sense is what I try to do, and to listen to both sides. But it is evident now that they lied to the American people for so long. And at the end of the day now, I think we see the truth coming out. Too little, too late, FAFO, all those acronyms. That's where I stand right now.
All
Sorry,
right.
Dad.
Yeah, you're not right-wing like me. It's okay. You'll get there one day, Sage. Happy Trans
I probably
Day.
will.
See you soon.